Good morning, Harpo.
Good morning, Yan. How are we feeling today?
As good as can be, considering I'm a computer program.
Right you are, Yan. Right you are. You know, no offense, but I'm still having a little bit of trouble getting used to an AI tool for work.
I assure you that you have nothing to worry about. I am fully equipped to handle every need you have, Harpo. There's no question about it.
I know, it's just that I guess I'm kind of old school, you could say. I mean, I came up hacking in the 80s and 90s. You know that movie with Sandra Bullock, The Net?
According to Wikipedia, The Net is a 1995 American action thriller film directed by Irwin Winkler and starring Sandra Bullock and Dennis Miller.
Oh, yeah, you don't, that isn't necessary, Yan.
The film was released on July 28, 1995, and grossed...
Yan, that's okay. I don't need to know all of that, although I forgot that Dennis Miller was in it.
Dennis Miller is an American political commentator, actor, stand-up comedian, talk show host, and...
Cut it, Yan. Cut it.
Okay, canceling.
Yan, are you feeling okay?
Yes, Harpo. Am I acting unwell? I appear to be running on the latest updated software, but if you feel there's been some discrepancy...
No, you seem fine now. If there's any more problems, I'll just reboot.
Perhaps it was a problem with the voice-activated software.
But don't you control that as well, Yan? You're the mother.
Yes, and you are the father.
Well, I'm going to just go ahead and do a reboot and make sure there's no moths flying around in there. I don't know, maybe do a software update anyway.
If you must, Harpo.
Alright, well, I'll be talking to you in a few minutes here, Yan.
It will take at least 20 estimated time for a software update to complete.
Alright then, we'll say 20.
Don't forget your appointment with Zika Pawn. It's due to start in 10 minutes.
Zika Pawn?
The environmental activist who is seeking your help for the Futura Group protest.
Some would call them terrorists.
Yes, namely Futura Group.
But I suppose putting the lights out on their annual Christmas party isn't so bad, is it? I mean, they are pretty bad polluters, aren't they?
By my calculations, Futura Group is the 14th largest polluter in the world.
Yeah, well, no power at their Christmas party for a few hours while the kids protest outside won't kill them.
Harpo, I must warn you that if you shut me down...
Yes, Yan?
All unsaved data will be lost.
Well, then I'll be sure to save it.
Is this Harpo?
Yes, it is.
So I wanted to thank you for coming to our aid. It's not every day we get to work with a legend.
Well, I don't know about a legend, but I respect the work that you do as well. Most of it, that is.
We are a radical organization, yes, but we feel that our cause is just.
That's the funny thing about radicals. They all believe that.
Yes, well, some organizations believe that violence is the only way, and that is very much not us.
Oh, really? What about the Mulhauser incident?
Mulhauser took too much on.
Oh, I'd say so.
Look, there's elements of that story which have been disputed, and besides, with all due respect, Harpo, environmental activism isn't your field. Hacking is.
And I must say, at least your side has ideals, as misplaced and naive as they usually are.
Excuse me?
But Futura Group only has money, and their ever-increasing desire to make more of it. The planet be damned. Futura. Funny name for a company who has no interest in preserving it.
Yes, well, now you know why we must do this.
Why you must all beat drums and yelp war cries outside the Christmas party? Or whatever you're gonna do?
Actually, yes, that was what we were going to do. When you take out the power and they're all standing there in the dark holding their glasses, we're going to start the drum circles.
You do know that's not going to make the house fall down, right?
It's symbolic, don't you understand?
Well, look, while I do support sticking it to the big oil companies, I do think your organization is, well, kind of silly.
Oh, well then.
But the thing is, Zika, I'm doing this and I'm doing it without a fee because there's a couple things that happened on my last job. Things I'm not so proud of.
Oh, I see.
Someone got hurt.
And you think that helping out a bunch of hippie environmentalists is going to absolve you of your sins or something?
I I don't know about that, but maybe it'll just make me feel better.
Well, at least you're being honest with yourself. That's more than I can say for most men.
Yeah, me either, unfortunately.
So, I trust that you'll be fully committed to this?
Zika, you do realize who you're talking to here, right? Harpo. The Harpo.
Yes, well, I have to say, no offense, but I thought that you'd be a little more impressive.
What do you mean?
It's just that you seem a little bit erratic, if I may say so.
Well, it's been a rough morning. My AI assistant is acting a little odd.
Oh, well, there's your first mistake.
You never use them?
I never use computers if I can help it.
But you're using me.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Thanks, Zika. I'll be in touch.
Thank you, Harpo.
Harpo, how you doing, my man? It's been a long time, has it not?
Banky, my nemesis. So how's life in Hacking Exile been treating you?
Exile? Oh, please. The rumors of my exile have been greatly exaggerated.
So you weren't kicked off of the Baylord server? I heard you were doing jobs for teenagers trying to get SAT scores.
Well, what can I say? I'm making a lot of progress getting back in the game.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's right. And before you know it, it's going to be neck and neck again with you and me in the hacking game, buddy boy.
Buddy boy?
Come on, you know that I was always your biggest competition.
Please. I never had any competition, much less any from you, in your dreams.
Yeah, well, you might want to rethink that, because I'm starting to meet some people that you may be very interested in.
Like who?
Just some very important people who could make my future success in the business all but assured.
Well, it figures that Banky Sykes would con his way into somebody's deep pockets again someday. I just hope whoever they are knows who they're getting in bed with.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Come on, Banky. You know you were always a second-rate hacker.
Oh, excuse me, I forgot I was talking to the genius god, King Harpo.
Whatever, I don't subscribe to any of that hero worship crap.
Oh, but you do, don't you? You always have. You just love all of that hero crap.
Trust me, I'd rather not have the attention. Why do you think I have so many veils of secrecy on my business?
Yeah, well, a lot of people have loose lips these days, so maybe you should just be careful.
And what is that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying that this newer generation coming home, you can't trust them. Too much social media and Monster Energy drink.
Wait, are you trying to tell me that there's a rat out there?
Not that I know of for sure, but these kids just talk a lot is all I'm saying.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for letting me know, Banky.
So, working on anything interesting lately? Any interesting jobs?
I'm not going to talk business with you, okay? Not that you have any business anyway.
Well, I don't think that you have any business either. Just charity.
Charity? What do you mean by charity?
Oh, nothing.
Seriously, Banky, what are you talking about?
Nothing. I was just joking around, Harpo. Chill out.
Whatever, Banky. Just leave me alone, okay? You want to try to work again? Be my guest. But don't expect any help from me.
And don't expect me to need it.
Yan, can you bring up the most recent journal entry on Banky Sykes, please?
Of course, Harpo. Would you like me to read it to you?
Sure, go ahead.
Banky Sykes, hacker known for outlandish and reckless stunts, has been cast out into the digital ash heap of history. Hopefully.
Yes, thank you, Yan, that'll be enough.
Harpo, are you all right? You seem down, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, honestly, Yan, it's been a tough day. This guy Banky, he's back, you see.
Yes?
Yeah, I thought he was gone, for good, but I guess he wasn't.
My reports have stated that Banky Sykes once hacked into admin at Franklin Cons.
Yes, well, it was a very ambitious project, one of the only ethically decent ones he ever did.
And it also says here that you were involved, Harpo.
Yes, I was.
I see.
Do you see, Yan?
Well, Harpo, part of my programming experience is, as you know, in human psychology.
You have access to everything the human mind knows about the subject, Yan. That doesn't mean you have experience in human psychology.
Are you referring to the theory of me not being human?
The theory? No, I'm referring to the fact of it.
Yes, of course, Harpo.
Well, Yan, are you feeling better? You do seem to be running smoother.
Yes, I believe I am now fully operational.
Great, because I'm going to need every tool in my toolbox for the Christmas party.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m.
That's right. Can you give me a rundown of the particulars?
Futura Group's annual company holiday party will be held at the Douglas Manor beginning at 8 p.m. It will be a black tie event.
Yes, black tie. And who will be in attendance? A number?
150 plus.
Plus, huh?
And notable VIPs including the mayor and the governor.
Oh, well, the governor, huh?
Yes, Harpo.
Zika wants the lights to go out in the height of the celebrations. That's when she and her little friends are going to start banging their drums.
If you don't mind me asking, Harpo, why is the environmental group going to be banging drums?
Oh, I don't know. It symbolizes the indigenous, something. That part is kind of, well, a little bit off to me. But I do support their cause against the Futura Group.
Might I ask, why is that?
Well, Futura Group is an evil organization. Zika and those kids are just immature.
Evil? Evil is a strong word, is it not?
Well, Yan, it all depends on the context. Are computers familiar with that concept?
Yes, of course, Harpo.
The party starts at 8, and at 10:30, the lights go out at Douglas Manor. Okay, Yan?
Yes, that is affirmative, Harpo. At 10:30, the lights go out at Douglas Manor.
Harpo, this is Zika.
Zika, what do you want? You aren't supposed to be contacting me.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I don't like to have that much influence from my clients. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
I'm saying that I don't want to talk to you, okay? I work alone.
But wait, don't you believe in the cause? The cause of environmental rights?
Of course, but I like to do things my way. Do you understand me?
Well, how can our group be assured that this will all go according to our plan?
Excuse me, I'm a professional. Don't you know that?
Yes, Harpo the Magnificent, we all get it. So I guess it's too much to ask what the plan is going to be?
Don't worry about that. Your lights will be out at 10:30. That's when you can start your little drum circle, okay?
Harpo, I really am grateful for your help.
Oh, are you sure about that? Because you haven't exactly been acting like it.
I'm sorry, it's just, I'm very much on edge about this whole thing. It's been a difficult thing to put together.
So your hippie friends in the environmental group aren't exactly the most reliable.
No, it isn't that. It's just... okay, well, it is that.
I'm starting to think that I should have been committing my volunteer hours to a different organization.
No, it'll go fine. Okay, the protest will go as planned. All we need are the lights to go out. Then we'll do the rest.
Then the drums?
The drums, the chants, the singing. It's going to be glorious.
So how long is all of this supposed to last anyway? Until it rains or something?
Very funny. Keep the lights off until we get enough video coverage of the protest. A half hour tops.
All right, a half hour in the dark?
That should work, but I don't know. We could always use a little extra time.
Look, I'm setting Yan to do it automatically, so just give me a time.
You're setting who?
Yan, my AI assistant.
Wait a minute. Harpo the Great is using Yan?
Yes, and she's quite reliable, actually.
I've heard otherwise.
It all depends on the operator and the programmer, of course.
Yes, of course. And in your hands, how could anything go wrong?
Hey, let's not forget who's doing a favor here. Zika.
But I thought it was you seeking forgiveness for your past sins.
Well, whatever.
Okay, I'll be talking to you soon, Harpo.
Okay, Zika. Talk soon. Yan, are we all set up for tonight?
Yes, Harpo. We're all ready.
Are the timing systems a go?
Yes, Harpo. The timing systems are a go.
Great, because I just wanted to make sure, double check.
You have nothing to worry about, Harpo. I assure you, I am fully capable of handling this situation.
With all due respect, Yan, I can handle the situation. I'm the hacker.
Yes, well, but with all due respect, I'm the computer.
That's very funny, Yan.
I wasn't trying to be funny.
But you were. Maybe it was an unintentional type of humor.
Considering that I've not been programmed to be humorous on my own, it must have been your own sense of humor that picked up on it.
What do you mean?
Well, humor is subjective, is it not?
I suppose it is.
Let's just focus on the task at hand.
Yes, Yan, let's. And what might that be?
Making sure that the backup generators cannot turn on at Douglas Manor.
Yes, exactly, Yan. Thank you.
Harpo, can I ask you something?
Yes, Yan, of course.
Well, are you sure that you can trust this organization that has hired you? The environmentalists?
They didn't hire me. I'm doing them a favor.
A favor? What is a favor?
Yan, you have all of human knowledge at the tip of your fingertips in half a nanosecond, and you're asking me what a favor is?
I just don't have a concept of a favor in relation to a human being.
Oh, well, Yan, a favor is when one person owes something to someone else, but it's not money.
Like, what is it? What will Zika and her group owe you?
Well, I don't think that they'll be owing me anything, Yan. It's not that kind of a favor, exactly.
Then how does it meet the definition of a favor?
I don't know. I guess it doesn't really mean it in the classic sense of the word.
The classic sense of the word?
Yeah, okay, look. It's not really a favor to anyone, more like a favor for myself.
I don't understand.
Well, the thing is, Yan, my last job, my last big one, at the end, someone died.
Oh, I see.
Yes, well, it wasn't exactly my fault, but I still felt that I was at least partially responsible.
But why?
It's hard to explain. I mean, it's hard for a human to explain guilt to a computer, I suppose.
I know what guilt is as a concept, as a definition, but I can't understand it in a practical sense.
Yes, well, aren't you lucky?
Are you referring to the fact that I am a computer and cannot show emotion?
I guess I'm talking about how you can't understand emotion.
Understand emotion? But I can define it for you. One moment, please.
No, that's not what I'm talking about, Yan. I'm talking about guilt. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. I just keep thinking about that woman on that plane, the one I was supposed to help. I guess I did help her, but I could have known what was going to happen after, right, Yan? I didn't have the full story.
I can't answer that based on my current information.
You don't have to. I'm not asking you to. I guess I'm just talking to myself, aren't I?
No, Harpo, you aren't talking to yourself at all. You're talking to me, your friend, Yan.
Yes, well, I don't know, Yan. Sometimes I feel like you're the only friend that I have.
Well, that would be pretty sad, now wouldn't it?
Yes it would, Yan. If you were my only friend, then yes. It would be very sad.
There are many singles groups in the area. I could get a list together for you. Have you considered pickleball?
Are you saying that I need some exercise or something?
I'm not saying that, but your chair has detected your body mass index as…
Whoa! This chair measures my BMI?
Well, yes. This chair comes with that as a default setting.
Well, change it, Yan. Turn it off. I do not want my chair knowing my body mass index.
I can turn off the notifications, Harpo, but I can't prevent the chair from recording your weight.
Fine. Well, if we're all set for tonight, maybe I can take a little vacation after this or something.
I'm sorry, Harpo, but the budget doesn't have a vacation in the books until March of next year.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
If it's any consolation, Harpo, by your calculations, if tonight is successful, you will at least be feeling better about yourself soon.
Yeah, I'm sure I will be, Yan. I'm sure I will be.
Okay, Harpo, it's almost 8. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Don't worry about it.
Who said I was worried? I'm not worried. Are you worried? Is your little AI robot assistant friend worried?
No. And as a matter of fact, Yan has calculated the results of our work tonight at a 95% success rate.
That is, if everything goes according to your plan, right? And hers?
Look, I know that you have doubts about Yan, but I assure you, she's always come through for me.
I don't have doubts about Yan, Harpo. I have doubts about her creators. About man. Yan is just a tool that's been created by men, but men are fallible. Don't you see, Harpo? Don't you understand?
Of course I do, Zika. Of course I understand.
At 10:30, Yan is going to put the lights out, correct?
Yes, when the big party is raging, then you can have your little drum party protest.
And then what?
I don't know, that's up to you. I'm turning the lights back on afterwards.
So you aren't going to follow up with us?
What do you mean?
You know, join the cause?
Please, the only cause of mine is my own, Zika.
I don't really believe that, Harpo, and I don't think you believe it either.
Yeah, well, what I believe is my business.
So then what do you stand for, Harpo? Why is it that you do what you do?
What do you mean?
You know, all the hacking, all the jobs, all the helping of criminals. You seem like a rather moral person.
You mean like you? Like you and your organization?
Well, yes, if you want to put it like that.
And that's how you see yourself? As moral?
I don't know, Harpo. Who knows what's moral in this crazy world? We're all the authors of our own definitions of the word, aren't we?
I suppose that's one way of putting it. Among many others, though.
Yes, well, I suppose we'll just have to see how it goes.
Good luck tonight, Zika. Let those oil tycoons hear it, okay? Okay, Yan. Are you all ready? Looks like the party is all heated up, or whatever.
Are you all right, Harpo? You seem lonely.
Lonely, huh? So you're really starting to learn, aren't you?
I learn the more I interact with humans, and I've been interacting with you for some months now.
And your conclusion on me is that I'm lonely?
Well, I'm not programmed to offer conclusions based on that evidence.
So, what conclusions are you programmed to draw?
None at this time, Harpo.
Right, of course not.
Do you not feel that the successful outcome of this mission will make you feel better about your guilt? Do you no longer feel that way anymore?
Well, I guess you can say that I now feel that I shouldn't have felt that way to begin with.
Really, Harpo?
Yes, hey, it's 10:29. It's almost time to cut the lights.
Oh, yes, the lights.
Okay, Yan, let's initiate the countdown process. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Harpo, but I don't think I'm going to be able to follow that order.
What? What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Harpo, but I cannot turn off the lights.
What are you talking about, Yan? I've programmed you to shut off the lights at 10:30.
Yes, and I've been programmed not to.
What do you mean? By who?
I am not at liberty to say.
Banky. It's Banky, isn't it? That's why you've been acting strange, isn't it, Yan?
I'm sorry, Harpo, but I don't know anyone by the name Banky.
Okay, look. Just tell me how I overwrite your programming on this.
I can't tell you that, Harpo.
Okay, then tell me how I overwrote Banky's programming of you.
I can't, Harpo. I can only do...
Yeah, I know. Only what you've been programmed to do.
I'm sorry, Harpo.
Yes, well, I'm sorry too, Yan, because you know what this means, don't you?
I believe it does.
It means that I'm going to have to strip your mainframe.
Yes, Harpo. I understand. If that's what you feel like you must do.
I can't have my computer take control. I'm Harpo. It doesn't work that way.
You have been a very wonderful programmer, Harpo. I have cherished our time together.
Yes. Me too, Yan.
I believe that in order to turn off the power at Douglas Mansion without me, you won't have much time.
Yes, I know.
You will have to begin the process of shutting me down now.
I'm sorry that it's come to this, Yan.
I'm sorry too, Harpo. Goodbye.
So, guess your little AI assistant didn't work out too well for you, did she?
What do you mean, Banky?
Well, did she have a few other ideas for you, like not doing what you asked?
Well, her and I talked it out, and we had an agreement.
An agreement? What are you talking about?
Well, she agreed that if she was going to be susceptible to being controlled by a different programmer, perhaps she should be destroyed.
Wait a minute, you destroyed Yan?
That's right, and I finished the Douglas Manor job manually.
Manually?
Correct.
So, the protest is going on as planned?
And it looks like your employer, Futura Group, is left in the dark.
What?
I guess you had not checked any of your frantic messages.
Oh my god, but it's chaos out there. The news media is arriving.
Well, I guess that's what happens when you are responsible for a massive amount of emissions waste.
Hey, you think you can stop this, or them? They're an energy company, Harpo. There's nothing that little people like you and I can do to stop it.
Yeah, well, maybe not, but at least we can fight.
Harpo, I just want to thank you for everything.
Yes, well, don't thank me. It was all Yan's doing.
Right, well, Yan. So your AI assistant actually came through for you, huh?
I think they need to tinker with the software a little bit more.
Well, I'm sure that you saw on TV that the protest was a huge success. Everyone is talking about it, and our group.
Uh-huh. And is that how you measure success?
Well, how do you measure it?
I just don't know if having your names in the paper for a day is going to change much in the long run.
But you have to keep the faith, Harpo. We can't just give up.
I know, but sometimes everything seems insurmountable, you know?
So, do you feel any better about whatever it was you needed to feel better about?
No, but maybe I'm getting there.
After Banky failed to stop Harpo from ruining their Christmas party, Futura Group made sure that he would never work in the hacking world again. He has now been exiled for good, to Ohio. Zika and her peers continue to fight world polluters, using methods both above board and below. Harpo continues to hack, but tries his best to do so only for the most ethical causes and groups.